dum dum. Hey to YouTube, this video is for you. Alright, hello YouTube, it's me. I'm coming to you from the den of memory that I exist within, the sort of cold and untriteful fate. Because I have a video for you. Let me get up the thing that I was going to get up. Hearthstone. This. Because we haven't done a Hearthstone video for a bit, I thought I would record one just for you. So, for those that don't know, I don't know why I'm doing this voice. It's probably because my throat hurts a little. I went out last night and had quite a bit to drink. I didn't have that much to drink though. I was the designated driver. Oh god, it's like chunky. It's a chunky bath. Let's have a look. So yeah, so season 4 of Hearthstone Battlegrounds has been announced. Let's head over. Let's check it out. Oh my god, is it's here? All right, so. There's a lot to discuss. Like, actively, like a lot to discuss. This feels like one of the single biggest changes that happened to Hearthstone Battlegrounds since Season 1. Well, Season 2, technically. Season 2 being the one that, like, added, just like, kind of solidified it as a thing. Just being like, yo, man, up until this point, what you've been playing is the idea of Hearthstone Battlegrounds, but now you're playing the reality of Hearthstone Battlegrounds. But yeah, it's looking to be a massive shake-up. So first things first. Buddies are going away. This changes a lot. This changes the entire game. It's not even like it's insane. It's an insane change. So the thing about buddies. Buddies sort of by their existence warp the game around themselves, because if a hero has a really, really good buddy, they immediately become significantly better. So what we often had was some of the characters that just had good buddies. It didn't matter if maybe their hero power wasn't as good, if their buddy could make up for the loss of power that their hero power sort of failed to provide, you would have something unfathomably broken. So I think that overall they did a really good job of balancing buddies. That was the word that I was looking for, balance. But in the end, I'm kind of glad to see them go. Because yeah, the game got really, really fast when buddies were in. Because you would sort of like, you want to win fights as much as possible so you can get your buddies up really, really quick. And so you're like, oh, everyone's suddenly staying on 1 for an extra round, and no one's just doing like buy a minion level. It's, you know, buy a minion. And while that is fun, and while that feels powerful, it does get a little stale. I say, having known that I quite have enjoyed this recent patch. It's been good fun. Alright, new hero, Rockmaster Voone. Voone is the frontliner to the show, and he's ready to rock. Every third turn, his passive hero power gives you a playing copy of the leftmost card in your hand. Time to beat, take your best card in perfect harmony. This guy's insane. A lot of people have been saying like, oh, but you'll have to play down a minion for a turn. I'm like, yeah, like, okay. So, the thing that's really funny to me about Rockmaster Voone, card, not minion, card, which means that if you get a like level 5 triple on turn 5, congrats, you have 2 level 5 triples. That's bonkers. This guy can do some really ridiculously powerful stuff. Now, whilst there is a part of me that sadly believes that he won't work in the fun way, and will instead be just kind of mid, we can hope. And as such, we're now being introduced to the new mechanic of the set, which is the Upbeat Minions, as they're calling them. So we've got a cycle of minions that all sort of have this same side, sort of like after a number of turns do something. So for the dragon one, we have at the end of every 3 turns, get another random dragon, 3 turns left. Bonkers. So bonkers. So good. So deliciously good. The golden version of this is actually fantastic. I believe that this will work the way that Alex Strauss's hero power used to work, in the sense that it cannot get anything higher than your current level. If it can get something higher than your current level, it is kind of fucked up. Like, holy shit. Now, just due to the way that dragons work, I think this will actually be extremely viable. Because it's just like, you only have a 2-1, that's fine. But to sort of like put this into like perspective of like an actual game, you probably will only ever have this proc once. Because by turn 4, you should be like having a way stronger board. Now, we'll have a look at the new dragons and see if you can make this guy luster like a bit longer, but because you get him on, even if you get him on turn 1, you go like level, then you buy, and that's turn 2 of him being active. So you have to hope that you got a hero power that's like a 2 mana or 0 mana ability. Like, yeah. Maybe like you're playing ETC, and then he activates, and then you're like, okay, cool, and you level again, maybe. But it's like, you're only going to get getting tier 1 and tier 2, unless you get a hero that starts with something, or you get like unbelievably lucky on a hero that just like wants to duplicate stuff. Because if you were playing, what's her name? The one that switches stuff. Oh my god, I've forgotten her name. Yeah, but the one that, the Kira that can switch minions, that I can't remember the name of right now. Oh, I can't remember. Damn it. But yeah, the one that can switch minions, this is like the best thing to switch into on turn 1. It's fantastic. Upbeat Impressionist. At the end of every 2 turns, make a random pirate in your hand. Golden. Hilarious. Not necessarily good, but hilarious. This is, however, one of the biggest updates, because, yeah, these contextualists are fine. These, however, this is a huge change. So, what they're saying is that Poisonous, which was where when you attacked something it died instantly, is gone. Instead, it's been replaced with Venomous. Venomous is a one-time instance of Poisonous, basically. I greatly prefer this. I think this balances the game a lot better, because what ended up happening is that high-level lobbies were basically the perfect end board, which was tribe agnostic, was you had Leroy, and then what was the other 2? Oh yeah, Leroy, Manted, maybe if you were lucky, a 3rd Leroy and a 3rd Manted. Then from there you'd have like the last 3 units would just be like whatever you'd built up until that point. So like hopefully you would be having like 2 cleaving minions to like take out multiple things on your opponent's side, or like if dragons were in, you'd like try to make them all 15/15s and then be playing Boom Boy and maybe some divine shields, and you get the idea. The problem is that the entire game was just play these 4 guys, and the Mantids would hopefully, if you get divine shields on them, would take out 2 guys each, so that's 4 of your opponent's minions, and then the Leroys would guarantee take 2 guys out each, that's 6, so then you just need to take one other thing out. And that's boring. But because of this change, I think Manton's actually way more balanced now. Still extremely powerful, but it's going to way more be like a thing that you grab for tempo and not for your end board. Because, yeah, you want stronger things. Also, they're removing Mega Wind Fury, which makes me sad. Mega Wind Fury, they do mention that Mega Wind Fury was really weird because it was the only thing that like acted the way that it did. Because you could never get like Mega Divine Shield or Mega Poisonous. You would always just get Divine Shield or Poisonous. But yeah, so when something is tripled, it doesn't get Mega Wind Fury anymore. However, this... 58 minions are being removed. Sorry, 59 minions are being removed, and 58 are taking their place. This is insane. This is an absolutely massive shakeup, and we are going to talk about every single change. We're going to look at it, we're going to like critically think about it, and we're going to talk about whether or not, like what sort of, who's sort of got their way out of this. Now, I already have some opinions because I did look through this already, and I have watched some other people talk about this because, you know, I like to be informed. Do I? Is it? Oh, good. Alright. Undead. Pirates. Quilboars. I don't like how, yeah. I'm so used to just being able to, like, middle click something and it opens in a new tab. Alright. So, pirates. Was pirates first on the list? Nope. I don't know why they ended up there. Demons. Quilboars. Mechs. Oh, this is annoying. Okay, give me a second. So, we want to look at these all in the correct order. I'll probably edit this bit out. Oh. Well, there's your problem. Alright. So, we're going to have a look at each individual set. And we're going to talk about all the changes. And what let's maybe like talk a bit about like maybe the design goals of like the designers are for this new like set of Battlegrounds minions. So, at tier 1, we've got when a friendly beast dies, gain +2/+1. It's Scavenging Hyena. He's been around for a while. We love him. He's great. Mana Saber, Nesrattle. Summon 2/0/1s with Taunt. Okay. Here is the absolute biggest change in all of Battlegrounds. It is right here. It has already been discussed, which is that no cat. No tier 1 cat anymore. There is no tier 1 token for beasts. This changes a lot. Like, unironically, is a massive change. Because suddenly, no cat. So, what that's going to mean for, like, what's this going to mean for, like, build purposes is it's like, you're not going to be able to skip levels as much. You're not going to be able to just be like, okay, cool, I'm just going to go straight to, like, tier 4. I'm going to go, like, straight to tier 4 by, like, turn 4. You can't do that anymore. You have to actually play through each turn, which is a big difference. Mana Saber, however, on its, like, the face of it, really strong, actually. Like, actually really, really strong. I'm very happy that it's a tier 1 minion, because I think if it was later on, you wouldn't be wanting to get them. But for the purposes of things like Pale Scale Crocolisk and, oh yeah, this guy. But like purposes like Leapfrogger builds and like Mama Bear builds and even like Fellstomper builds, this is fantastic. It is such a great all-rounded minion, and it like really actually adds a lot to like all of the existing like sort of endgame builds that you have for beasts. And even all like their mid-game builds, like it's just a fantastic unit to pick up. It's not very good if you're not going for beasts, because it kind of doesn't do a lot. But I will actually have to double check something, because if a lot of Avenge stuff is still in, this just says Avenge. Please activate Avenge 3 for free, which is really good. Leapfrogger, it's still here. We love it. Hummingbird. Hummingbird's really, really neat. It's like a Murloc Wall Eater, but for beasts. Now, I think, yeah, once you have 2 of these, they're really good. But also, like, it's going to be, like, surprisingly strong. I think, let me explain why. It basically rocks up and goes, yo, I am a baby mama bear until we get later in the game. Same with, like, Banana Slammer. These two sort of go together really well. They're sort of like, we are a baby mama bear until later in the game, at which point we're going to get crazy. Relac Metalhead. Taunt. Battlecry. Triggered the battlecries of adjacent minions. Ridiculous. Actively ridiculous card. Like, I can't believe that they've like put something like this in the game. It actually is insane. I want to believe that this will be, like, game warping. Because, like, yeah, if beasts are in and then, like, any other tribe is in that cares about battle cries, suddenly you got this little guy here who's just like, hey everyone, I'm a tier 3 old Murloc for every single group. Crazy. I'll be fine, I don't need to cough. Banana Slammer, after you summon a beast in combat, double its stats. Hilarious. Hilarious, I love it. Rat Pack. Summon over 1/1. Yeah, it's Rat Pack. We love it. Rat Pack is a classic part of Bleepfrogger builds. It's great. Monstrous Macaw, still the funniest thing that they've ever printed. Genuinely the funniest little guy. So funny. Love this dude. Reanimating Rattler. Still in the game. Love it. Sly Raptor from the most recent group of new minions, and fantastic. Love him to bits. He's genuinely super cool. Mama Bear. It's Mama Bear. Palscale Crocolisk is back. Some people have failed to notice this because they thought it was in the game. Palscale Crocolisk was, like, really strong, like, when it came out, and it was, like, a really cool card to sort of, like, build around, because it kind of was, like, the same as Mama Bear, but almost could be, like, a little more focused, because Mama Bear sort of buffed everything, but with Palscale, you can actually have it that, like, you're summoning lots of little dudes that aren't very good, and then just, like, buffing the ever-loving crap out of, like, things that you actually want to survive. Bomare, I love Bomare being in Battlegrounds. He's just a funny guy. The best common ever printed. Someone who, like, plays Hearthstone in the comments is going to be like, oh, actually, Peasant is the best common ever printed. And to that person I say, you're boring. Cinderella Blanchie. This gets way strong. This is now arguably, like, this is primo delicio. This is real good. Like, if you can get this guy to be huge, which will depend on your lobby, of course, he's going to be bonkers. Like, doubles all your enchantments, so he's great in Leapfrogger builds if you're, like, really going off with them, because it just, like, takes all the Leapfrogger buffs onto itself, and then when it dies and comes back, it's now doubled them, which is crazy. Beautiful. Octosari Rap God. I love this thing. So yeah, Death Rattle, summon a 2/2 Tentacle. It gains +2/+2 permanently after you summon a minion in combat. This is, like, a thing. I can't wait to see all the nonsense that people come up with using Octosari Rap God. It's going to be genuinely super funny. Gastcaller is still here. Gastcaller being Death Rattle, summon 2 Death Rattle minions. Hilarious. I love him. Fell Stomper, after you summon a minion in combat, give your minions +3 attack. These are both great cards. I think Fell Stomper will remain as, like, a game defining card. Like, he's super good still. Just, like, runs up and goes, alright, Undead, we're gonna do some nut stuff. Mana Saber, we're gonna do some nut stuff. Like, yeah, basically it's, if you have 6 minions on board and Mana Saber dies, gives everything +6. Just give everything +6. That's crazy. Like, most builds would, like, die to just be able to give things +6 on command. One can. But yeah, I think Beast is still in a really good position. I think we'll... you know what? Let's go to Tierlist Maker. Tierlist Maker. We'll do that in a bit. Okay. Murlocs. So, Oh my god. Murlocs. Oh my god. Okay, so first of all, Swamp Striker is still here. Swamp Striker is now one of the only tier 1 minions that can scale. I will see with dragons later that dragons actually lost their tier 1 minion that scales by itself. That's pretty crazy that they still have that. Rockball Hunter. Give friendly minion +1/+1. Love this funny little guy. Tad, when you sell us another random Murloc to your hand, it's now a 2/2, which is really weird. I'm like, why did you change it? Why did you nerf this? But, okay, we can live with it. At the end of every 2 turns, give a random minion in your hand at +9 health. This is one of the new minions. This is one of the Upbeat Minions. This isn't going to make a lot of sense yet. But it will make sense soon. This does things. Blazing Skyfin. If you can get triple Blazing Skyfin on like turn 3, you are like gonna have a great time. This minion's ridiculous. I love it. It's a funny little guy. I would love to also say that Scott Sale Honcho coming back is really, really, really good for doing the fun stuff. This guy does some things. Cold Lightseer. It's great. It still is great. Primal Fin Lookout. You combine that with that beast that we saw that activates battle cries. You're off to the races. You're off to have a real good time. Scourfin. Death Row, give a random minion in your hand +5/+5. Now, there is an important bit of context that we don't know here. Whilst the game has said in the past that hand buffs buffs only apply during the what's the name? The shop phase. This could change that. Because it's just like, well, it's in your hand. Does the hand buffs go away? Because if they did, that makes sense. But like at the same time, it's like, it would be nice if they didn't. I'd like that. Bream counter. While this is in your hand, if you play a Murloc, gain +3/+2. Okay, so this is I'm gonna be honest. This doesn't make sense. What this is supposed to be doing, it doesn't make sense. It's gonna make sense right now. Death Rattle, summon the highest health minion from your hand for this combat only. Oh, beautiful. What a beautiful 1-2 punch of design. Because this is gonna sharp, and this is then gonna punch you in the face. Oh damn. This is redonkuloso. Plague Tidewalker is really good. Okay, hear me out. Hear me out. Because this is also undead, you can combine it with all of the reborn stuff that undead gets, effectively turning this into a divine shield with poisonous, which is kind of a big deal that it gets to stay like that. So I think it'll be a bit better than people are giving it credit for. On the other hand, though, Operatic Belcher is a bit minion. A bit minion. Having like 2 health to begin with is already kind of awkward because you want to get into at least 4 to avoid explosives, because Explosive Boy is still here and it's going to be great. But yeah, it just I don't think he's all that good. Like, oh my goodness, he has poison, he has venomous, he's so good. So no, I think that Plague Tidewalker is better, and I think just sort of because venomous is like so much weaker than poisonous, just building for just stats is probably better. King Begurgle is still here. I love this guy here. Look at him go. He's like, oh. Magma Lock is still here. Insane card. Beautiful. Incredibly strong. Coral Mural Girl. Just good. Like, this is sort of an effectively a kind of like analog to the dragon that gains stats whenever you sold stuff. Not as ridiculous, mind you, but we've got this now. So yeah, Bream counter makes this really, really strong actually. Like, the Empire kind of bass skills should be like really, really good actually. Oh wait, Scourfin is a random. Ooh. Okay, there's a possible build that you can do here if this affects things through combat, but I don't think it will. And Young Murloc. Young Murloc is fantastic. You sort of combine it with, you know, you got your King Gurgles, you have your Primal Fin Lookouts. There's like plenty of good stuff that you can combine this with. The good thing as well is that it is, I'm pretty sure it used to be Murlocs only. Oh, I think it was Murlocs only, but yeah, don't quote me on that. But yeah, this is still really good, still really fun. Next. Oh my god, it's dragons. Okay. Taunt. Whenever this attacks, gain +1 attack. It's great. It's not super broken. It's not super powerful, but it is pretty great. And then upgrade Front Drake. So these two, I think Sarah, who always has a dragon guaranteed, is going to be having a great time because she's going to be like, yeah, can just build up those Upbeat Front Drakes like early on, just get loads of them, have a great time. Remember to not, remember you critically think when you want to triple them, like don't just do it. Low Flyer at the end of your turn, give +2 attack to your minions with less attack than this. I am so glad that they've gotten rid of the minion that effectively did this before, because it was silly. It was very silly. Now, what you can do with a game that has Quilboars in it is you get 2 of these, you give one a blood gem and the other you don't. They will then infinitely scale each other. That's all you need. And you can start doing some really silly shit. Yeah. It's not going to be, it's going to be like every turn they give +2 attack to everything, which is like pretty good. And then if they don't, they'll just constantly scale each other, which is pretty cool. Twilight Emissary. It's a classic. It's actually a really good tier 2 minion. Like, just being a 3/3 is like fantastic. But, yeah, just get Char up, give something +2/+2. Blazes Skyfin still here, we love it. Bronze Warden just got way stronger as well, because it's just like, its unique ability to have Divine Shield and Reborn. Nothing else has that. Unless you like Cheeky. So yeah, should be really fun. Amber Guardian. Start a combat, give another friendly dragon +2/+2 and Divine Shield. Once again, dragons have really easy access to Divine Shield, and we will have a look at some of the unbelievably gross stuff that they can do. Excuse me. Terragosa. Or Terragosa. Keeps enchantments from combat permanently. I haven't actually. I need to check pirates because we'll see. I think Terragosa. Oh, wait. Okay, would Terragosa work with the guy that gives +5/+5 to things in your hand? That would work with Terragosa. That would affect it permanently, right? Oh damn. That's funky. Okay, that's kind of funky. All right, it's just kind of funky. Prized Promo Drake. +1/+1 for each friendly dragon. It's classic. It's great. When a friendly dragon gains attack, this also gains it. Classic. It's a great card. This isn't a classic. This is a completely new card, but it's good. I like it actually. There's a bunch of like really strong stuff. Now, there is some like additional bit of context for these actually, which is going to make I think something like this a lot stronger. Which is that one of the new one of the new minions in the passive pool is, I saw it, Drakari Enchanter. Your end of turn effects trigger twice. This is going to be really cool. This is going to let you do some funky stuff. Alright, next. General Drakasath. He makes tokens. He makes tokens that make you guys real big. He's great. Love this man. Funniest motherfucker I ever seen. Sanctum Rester. He seems cool. Yeah. 5/5 that gives everything else +8. It's good. It's good. It's not like no thought. Just good. He's great. I love Marisol. I'm so glad that he's sticking around. He's such a funny card. And it's like, he gives everyone like the ability to do some really wacky stuff. And like, when you get lucky with him, you feel really, really strong. But also when you don't get lucky with him, it's fine. You've got things that you can sell. Electric Synthesizer. Battlecry, give your other dragons +4 attack. It's simple, it's clean, it's just good. It just works. Disco Shuffler. I really like this guy. Like, my goodness, what a like really simple piece of design. Just trigger for enemy minions Battlecry or discover Battlecry minion. Now I'm pretty sure that because this doesn't say Battlecry, choose one, it just says choose one. What that's going to mean is that it can't be affected by Bran, which is, I think, a really neat way to balance this effect, because I actively think that if this was affected by Bran, it would be a little too silly. But we'll have to find out, because it might still be affected by Bran. Anyway, what a silly world we live in. Hee 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 hee. Our last two are just Caligos and Dina, who are already in the game, and are great. I think Caligos has now gotten even better, because so many things like about dragons are just about like, yo, make battle cries better. What if we did that? Oh dear. Alright, next. Elementals. Refreshing Anomaly is cool. Elemental is cool. Flourishing Flossling has +1 attack for each man who played this game, wherever this is. Fantastic. This is actually like a really, really great way to, early on in the game, encourage players to cycle elementals. Because, yes, there's other things that, like, in late parts of the game let you cycle elementals. But, like, okay, so if you go, like, turn 1 Elemental, then turn 2 sell, buy 2 elementals, whatever. Then turn 3, you level, sell, roll, and get this. That's the high roll. You have a 4/4 on turn 3, which is actually like pretty good. And that 4/4 is just going to get much, much larger as the game goes on. Like, that's the high roll, of course. That's not what's going to happen every game. It's going to happen actually very few games. But when it happens, it will feel like insanely strong, because you'll be like, yo, check this out. Molten Rock. Taunt, if you're playing Elemental, gain +1 health. It's a classic. It's good. Crackling Cyclone. Divine Shield Wind Fury. It's good. It's still going to remain good. Smogger, one of the best things I've ever given Elementals. Turns out just being able to point at something and be like, +6 is good. Who would have guessed? Felemental. He's a funny little guy. I actually think Dancing Barstormer is hilarious. Like, also, this art. My goodness, this little chicken here running away from him because he's in a barn. That's fun. Really, really good, though. Just, like, I think, like, yeah, if you can get him and then also, Baron from, like, a triple, really, really good. Wait a minute. Oh, a second. I just realized something. Okay. The Avenge guy is gone. Okay. Alright. I'm now going to put forward an insane idea, but you're going to have to follow me for this one. I think he's better than the Avenge character. Mainly because Avenge guy, you could get unlucky, and it would just get attacked and die. If you didn't get unlucky, you would usually get maybe like +3, +3, +4, +4, which is a lot, and this won't match that immediately, but it is A, way more consistent, and B, if you get Baron, this kind of goes off and does some real silly things, especially if you get a golden one. Like, imagine just getting like +8/+8 to all of your elementals in the tavern for the rest of the game. That's pretty good. Upbeat Upstart. Okay, this is their Upbeat Minion. At the end of every 2 turns, set this minion's health to the highest health in your warband. I'm not sure if that's good. Because, like, I don't know if this is good. This is kind of lame. I'm so glad that you can't see what Element of Surprise does, because, you know, yeah, it's kind of mid. Recycling Wraith, bonkers. Wildfire Elemental, after blah, 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 blah. It's a shunk minion. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that. Beast lost Hydra, which means that now there's only one dedicated cleave minion in the game. And Dragon's also lost the guy that when he attacks deals 3 damage to the others. So yeah, we only have like 2 cleaving effects in the game now, which is Wildfire and Schneezel's Dreader. No, what? Not Schneezel's Dreader. Foe Reaper, which is crazy. It's like we've gone from like cleave central to like there are 2, and one of them's a tier 6 minion. It's like, oh damn. So because cleave effects are ridiculously strong, and having them like be significantly more limited is good. It's a good thing actually. Tavern Tempest, it's great. Gustly Trumpeter, oh my god, I love this guy. I love him. I love everything about him. Just every single hero is just like, congratulations. You are now the one Murloc hero who's all about selling things, except you're literally anyone. And you have to just sell elementals, and it's like, hot damn. That's not a hard task. I think this, like, combined with like Recycling Wraith, it's gonna do some bonky ass stuff. I'm not sure if it'll always be good, but it will do some cool stuff. That's what matters. Magmaloc, funny little guy. Nomi Kitchen Nightmare, absolutely hilarious little guy. Love him to bits. Rock. After you play an elemental, give your minions +1 attacks while still Hearthstone. Yes! Oh, I love him. I love him so much. Because we've seen it for a while. The Element of Surprise. Now, you can only see this as Divine Shield currently, so I will zoom in so you can actually see what it does. This minion can triple with any elemental. Yep. This is very silly. Oh my god, this is very, very silly. This just sort of like guarantees that like your doubles become triples. This is insane. It's so good. I love it. I love this so much. I can't wait till someone triples this. Like, has a triple Element of Surprise. It's going to be the funniest thing ever, because it's going to be terrible. It's like, wow, because people were like, how did you do that? What? Why did you do that? This is bad. But I can't wait to see what the triple version of this is, because it's going to be hilarious. But yeah, this is insane. Because this basically reads Magnetized Divine Shield. See? You can give anything, you can give all your elementals Divine Shield. That's pretty cool. I like this thing. I just hit my mic. I'm sorry. Okay. Next page. Naga. Naga are one of the few tribes that actually have access to this crazy little thing called tokens. Because they still have Shell Collector. That's nuts. Oh my god. Reef Riffer. Oh yeah, maybe done. Funny little guy. Love him. Reef Riffer. Spellcraft. Give your minions tier stats equal to your tavern tier until next turn. It's great. Yeah, it's just good. Like giving another tribe a tavern tier based ability, except it happens a turn earlier. It's great. Arguably, it's like Riff Riffer and... Oh no, wait. Oh, I didn't even notice that guy had gone. Okay, let's replace the dude. And this is better. So yeah, I like this. Okay, Spellcraft. Give a minion +4 health until next turn. It's good. Lava Lurker. It's permanent. Makes things permanent. It's great. Ooh, Stealth Cavalry got +1 attack. That's actually a huge deal. Like, on turn 2, like, nothing else has, like, 5 attack. So you get to, like, play, turn 3, nothing else is going to have 5 health, like, except maybe a Murloc. This just trades for things, like, really efficiently. I like this. This is cool. I also like this, giving them a bit of, like, a once per turn theme. That's nice. After you cast a spell, gain +1/+1. Moving him down to tier 3, giving him -2/-2, I think he's going to be significantly stronger. Like overall. Like, because you can just start off with him way quicker. Now, I will say, Hearthstone team, that doesn't look like a 3/2 to me. He looks too big. He looks too chunky. I think he should be like a little like smaller. He looks a little too chunky to be a 3/2. That's right. That's my only problem with the card, is I think the art doesn't reflect how chunky he is. Zesty Shaker. I love everything about this stupid little critter. I love the art. I love the vibes. It looks like someone that I could hang out with on Cinco de Mayo, which is coincidentally probably, I'm pretty sure the day I'm recording this, which is funny to think about. But yeah, to all my Americans sleeping at home right now who are drunk out of their minds, remember that the Zesty Shaker is going to give you an extra spellcraft whenever you activate a spellcraft this turn. That's really good. Pashma of the Vengeful. Alright, we were talking about it before. There aren't a lot of Avenge minions in the game anymore, but there is this one. This one's real good. So if you can get this in Beasts, for premium time. Deep Blue Krona. I really like this. This is, I think, going to be build defining. Because, like, with Nagas, you already are wanting to, like, cycle spellcraft minions, like, at a fairly high rate. Having, like, one of these always in your hand, getting one of these always in your board, and then just cycling stuff, that's going to be crazy. I just read what the next guy does. What do you mean give a minion +3/+5 in stealth until next turn? What did the Hearthstone development team mean by this? Because this is game warping. This is the only way to give something stealth. This is bonkers. What the fuck? We're more than 1 minute into the video, I can swear. Holy fucking shit, this is insane. This is incredible. This is insanely strong. Oh my god. What the fuck? Whoosh ya pa. Puff for Quill. When after spells played on this, gain Venomous until next turn. Bonkers. Not as bonkers as it once was, but still pretty bonkers. Corrupted. This has now gotten significantly better because of Venomous. Straight up. The problem with this card in the past was it was just sort of like, okay, cool, but I'll just play like big guys, and then they just have Venomous, and you can't do anything about it. They're like, nah, and they just die. Glowscale. There's a bunch. Glowscale's nuts. By the way, if you didn't already know, Glowscale's just nuts. It's probably like the best tier 5 minion. I'm willing to stand by that. Just giving things Divine Shield. It's good. Critter Wrangler. It's good. Tide Mistress Alyssa is good. Orgoza the Tender. It's good. Spellcraft Discoverer Naga. Combine that with Zesty Shaker. We're in for a fiesta of rampant bullshit. You're guaranteed to have an above average time. Next. Alright, Undead. Now, before we get into Undead, there's one thing I must say. People are saying this is going to be the best tribe. I would like to provide the following bit of perspective. I think you're wrong, because you just are wrong, mate. The thing about Undead as a tribe is Undead take forever to actually start scaling. People will be like, oh, but like Eternal Night is so good, because they barely got anything changed, if you're wondering. Eternal Night is so good, man. Like, oh, it scales great. No, it doesn't. It gets +1/+1 a turn. That's not that good. That's like fine. But a Nubarak Nerubian King, you Undead minions have +1/+2 attack for the rest of the game. Yeah, on turn 4. Well, sorry, on tier 4, that's gonna take ages. Oh, this guy, he gets +3 permanently. He's got 5 health. It's not like it's nothing. Hungry Abominations, they can get so crazy so quickly. Yeah, if you can get one actually early. That's the thing. Every tier 5 minion is bonkers if you can get them early. That's the thing about them. Also, Sister Death Whisper actually sucks ass. Just not very good anymore. Like, I think she got buffed a little. I think she was a 3/8. Now she's a 4/9. It's a small buff. Like, Eternal Summoner is a great tempo pick. But, like, I think a lot of people forget that, like, in, like, end boards, no one is playing Colossus of the Sun for some reason. I've never understood that. But it's like, despite what people believe, Undead aren't actually that good. I'm sorry to tell you all this. Undead aren't actually that good. Because, I mean, they lost arguably one of their best things, which was their, the 1/4 that they had on Tier 1. For those wondering why I'm not really talking about this, nothing has really changed. Undead still fundamentally play the same. They got 2 new minions, but those minions don't really like change anything about them. Yeah, I still think play Tie Walker plus Soul Splitter. This is going to be like a funny little combo that just like, does things. Yeah, Radio Star. Ew. Sorry about that. I'm going to mute my computer so that doesn't happen again. Radio Star. It seems good. Like, this seems like a powerful tempo turn 3 pick. Just gets you a bunch of minions. It'll be like real good. Xylobones just seems kind of good. But again, what are people like, oh, but a Nubarak is ridiculous. No, he's not. I'm sorry. Like, some of the stuff that we've looked at for like Murlocs, that stuff is bonkers. This is just sort of like average level of insane. I'm sorry. Like, I'm not that excited for Undead. And the people that are saying that it's going to be like the best new faction, I think they're just wrong. Now, if I am proven wrong for this, I will do nothing because I'll live my life. We can't make hard takes unless we're willing to like live. Now, pirates. Okay, look. I have a lot of opinions about pirates as a tribe. Please listen. Okay. Please listen. Okay. They're not bad, I swear. Scallywag. Summon a 1/1 pirate, it attacks immediately. Now, what you will all notice is that Eliza isn't here, which means that this no longer reads give you a board +4/+2 at the end game. So it's not very good anymore. It's yeah, okay, cool. Southsea Busker. Battlecry, gain 1 gold until next turn. Actually, great. This is fantastic. I love this guy. Like, actively, like, this is a fantastic minion. Like, oh my god. It just, like, it basically costs 2. You get Bran up, and suddenly this costs 1. And, hell yeah, Southsea Busker, I think, is, like, pretty legit. And also, because we've got, like, a bunch of things that let you, like, add pirates to your hand now with Fleet Admiral Tetheth, should be really, really good. And Thorn Captain is like kind of underrated, I think. Like, Thorn Captain's like one of those cards that just like is just good, just like is good, just does things, just good. Rip Snarl Captain no longer gives +2 health, but instead it's just +3 attack. That's going to be pretty good with Scallywag, but this is early game stuff. This isn't going to matter in end game. If people can make this work, I'll be very happy and I'll be very impressed. Free Dealing Gambler, best tier 2 minion. Just still good, still here, it's still good, it's still clean, it's still mean. Corpse Refiner. Okay. Maybe. I think Corpse Refiner is a lot worse, but there's a chance. When you've got Undead Beasts or Undead Pirates, Beast Pirates, and you can get Mana Saber and then get this on turn like 3, it's pretty good. It's actually going to be pretty legit. Gunpowder Collector, if you spend 5 gold, give your pirates +1 attack. This is really good. Shh, don't tell anyone. This is really good, okay? This is just free scaling, okay? You get this on turn, like, 4, And then you just get everything up. You just start spending money, and you'll get things real quick. Bloodcell Cannoneer. I'm glad it's back. What a silly little card. What a funny little guy. Okay, we're going to have to zoom in some more. Okay. Next. Underhanded Dealer. If you gain gold, gain +1/+1. Okay, so people are saying that pirates are bad. Okay, every single time you sell a minion, this gets +1/+1. Every single time that you play a Naga and it gives you gold, you get +1/+1. This right here is definitively the funny little guy. I can't wait. Blade Collector. Hey everyone, we saw that there weren't a lot of cleave effects in the game. Let's give you the literal best one. This is bonkers. I don't think a lot of people realize how bonkers Blade Collector is. Because because you have Blade Collector, you get Bloodcell Cannoneer, you have Gunpowder Courier, you have whatever you goddamn want. This is gonna get real big, real fast. Because beasts didn't have a lot of passive ways to buff things. They had to actively buff them using like Ball of Minions or things like that. Pirates have a lot of ways to just like passively buff things with things like Peggy and things like that. It's going to be really, 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 really silly. Lovestick Balladist, Battlecry of a Pirate, yeah, who cares? Peggy, who cares? Vanessa Van Cleef actually is going to matter way more now because of things like Lovestick Ballad. You're going to be able to make her way, way bigger, and that's going to matter a lot. Record Smuggler. Start your turn, gain 1 gold, repeat for each other friendly pirate. Okay, so this is the new Hogger. Sorry, everyone. Hogger is gone. We killed him, we took him out back, and shot him in the back of the head. I am very sad to announce the death of our Lord and Savior Hogger. Long live Record Smuggler. Record Smuggler, I think, is a really good, I guess, impression of Hogger. That's a weird thing to say. It does a really good impression of Hogger because it has effectively the same ability, not literally, effectively the same ability, but it doesn't go infinite. And I think that's a good thing. Infinite pirates, whilst incredibly like skill testing, just kind of gave PC players a massive advantage because you couldn't do it on mobile. Not in the same way. I know, I've tried to. It hurts. It physically hurts to try to play that fast on mobile. Upbeat Impressionist, we've seen it before. I think that it's pretty good, just because, like, imagine here's the situation. It's turn, you've tripled into this, or you tripled into this, but you tripled into this. For some reason. Maybe every other choice was bad. 1 turn passes. You don't get much. The next turn passes, you get this in hand? Damn. That's pretty good. I'm sad this isn't you gain for each gold you gain, it's just for gaining gold, but we can live with that. But yeah, I think this is pretty good. Now this guy, however, unbelievably funny. Imagine if he was in the game when Hogger was here. That's why Hogger isn't here anymore. Record Smuggler plus this guy, guaranteed 2 minions a turn. Guaranteed. You could probably get more if you're willing to like really go for it. But yeah. Funny ass motherfucker. It should be great. Demons. My goodness. Demons. Piggy Eater. Still good. Inky Imp. Still good. Wrath Weaver. Still good. Ooh, wait a minute. Wrath Weaver is no longer +2/+2, it's +2/+1. Ooh, that actually might matter. Like that, no joke. That actually kind of might matter. But yeah. Oh damn. We got some funky ass stuff coming up. Mind Muck. Choose a friendly minion. Choose a friendly demon. Consumes a minion. Cool. Impulsive Trickster. Great. After your hero takes damage, rewind it and give this +1 health. Yes! I love everything about the way that is named. What a funny guy. Oh, backstage security. At stage 10, deal +1 damage to your hero. I think this is okay, on the face of it, this is bad. It's a really good tier 2 minion, actually. Like, that needs to be said. This is a really, really good tier 2 minion. It trades into everything super efficiently. It may, like, prevent you from taking more damage. So, like, even though you're taking 1 damage a turn, you will probably instead be, like, saving yourself from, like, 4 or 5 damage a turn. So it ends up being really good. Keyboard Igniter. You've taken damage since your last turn. Give your other demons +2 +1/+2. Cool. Now, people will have noticed, who play a lot of Battlegrounds, hey, wait a minute, where's the guy that makes me immune? That's right, you're going to have to now face the consequences of your actions. I think overall, demons, well, yeah, Legion Overseas, really cool. Elemental, really cool. Malchazar, Prince of Dance, 2 refreshes, cost health instead of gold. Hilarious. Love it. An Island Battlemaster. An Island Battlemaster is now way better. Like, way, way better. Because you can guarantee that you're going to take some damage. You also can, like, also +2. So, like when you're, like, on low health, your brand just shows up and goes, like, here is a 120 health minion. Hilarious. Funniest shit I've ever seen. Ring Matron is alright. Insatiable Izul. I do play a demon, consume a minion and Bob's Taverns to gain stats. Eeyore. Imposing and Percussionist. Okay, this right here, beautiful piece of design. Incredibly powerful. Incredibly delicious. Take 6 damage. I think people are going to actually be able to do some, like, legit ass stuff with this. After your hero takes damage, give your other demons +1/+1. Oh, that's this guy here, Trachondrius. Okay, no. Yeah, okay. Okay, that's, this is a build around. This is cool. Fellbat being hilariously strong, love him. Fell Stomper being hilariously strong, and Mechajiraxis. I love both of these. I love Mechajiraxis. Man, he's so cool. Just, like, give things Wind Fury, give things Reborn, give things Taunt. What a great guy. I love him. What a great guy. Yeah. Are you struggling with depression? Just remember that Mechajiraxis has got your back. That's how I recovered from my depression. I don't know if people don't know this. I just simply looked at Mechajiraxis one day and went, like, that's goals right there. I don't want to be a human anymore. I want to be a big, hot robot demon. Anyway. Quilboars. Yo, it's Thorn Captain again. He's back. He's great. There's a lot to talk about. There's a lot to talk about with Quilboars. Like, there's a lot to talk about. Sunbake and Relaxer. When you sell this, gain 2 blood gems. It's a classic. It's good for a reason. I don't care about this stuff. Love this. I like the fact that these are still here. I like the fact that Thorncaller no longer gives you a gem as a battle cry. And the reason that I like that, there's actually a reason that I like that, is because the problem with the previous design of Thorncaller was it ended up being really, really good in a bunch of builds that probably it shouldn't have been, and I think it gave Quilboars early on too many ways to gain blood gems. This change makes it that, in the early game, it's fantastic, but in the late game, it kind of trails off. And that's good. That's good design. Thank you, Blizzard. I like this. Prophet of the Boar, hilarious. Banner Boar, hilarious. Still really, really good. And it's about to get better. Because Moon Bacon Jazzer, for the rest of your games, your blood gems give an extra +1 health. Oh, damn, they gave Quilboars real scaling. Oh, damn. Because as you play, this is all stuff that we know. This is all stuff that we know. For the rest of your game, your blood gems give +1 extra attack. Oh my god. Okay, look into the camera right now. You have no idea how good this is. You have no idea how good this is. Quilboars were good when Blood Gems gave +1. They didn't need this. This is a game-defining change. Legitimately, game-defining. I'm willing to stand by that. This Moonbake and Jazza and Prickly Piper will warp the game. They will change everything because suddenly Quilboars are actually good. I'm going to say that, like, when we do the tier list later, I'm going to say that, like, Quilboars are good, but I'm going to be a bit tentative. Quill. Really good, actually now. Really good in Quilboars. Just guaranteeing that you get, like, a big chunk of damage on something. Fantastic. Agam Thorn Curse. Okay. Now, the one sad thing about losing Thorncrawler's Battlecry is now Agam Thorn Curse is significantly weaker. And I am very saddened to say that. Agam is really good, and I do love him, but I think overall he is he's not as good as he once was. Now, we did sadly lose the tier 4 Quilboar, who was bonkers, and it's sad to see him go. Wait, was his name Bonker? Actually, did I? Wait, no, it wasn't. It was in my mind. But yeah, I think it's sad to see him go, but he did have to, like, become a lot weaker because again, blood gems are now way better. Bongo Bopper at the end of your turn, get 2 blood gems, get a blood gem, and play 2 more on this. Whew. Well, combining this with something else that we're going to see later, this is really good. Because basically the turn that you play this effectively reads game +4/+4. And then, because, well, actually not even. You might have had, like, been really lucky and gotten a bunch of Moonbake and Jazzes. So, actually, this reads something more like gain +4/+8, which is bonkers. That's actually crazy, because you got a Dynamic Duo on the board. Dynamic Duo is actually going to get overall, like, a tinsy bit weaker, even though it was already, like, one of the best Quilboars. Like, it's okay. The reason that it gets a tinsy bit weaker is just because it's no longer scaling at the same speed as everything else, if that makes any sense. Like, everything, like, if you really go all in for this new, like, every time you play a blood gem, get, like, a bajillion bonuses, it's gonna actually get outscaled by your other Quilboars, which is fantastic, and I love that. Bristleback Knight, it still has Wind Fury, Divine Shield, Frenzy, Gain Divine Shield. Fantastic bit of design, love it to bits. Chalga. Already, by the way, Chalga, a lot of people forget this. Chalga is a fantastic tempo pick for tier 6. Like, if you like get, like, 3 tier 6 minions and you're not sure what to pick, and, like, you don't have Beast in the lobby, and you don't get, like, a tier 6 minion that's just like Battlecry win the game, because there's a few that just do that. It was fantastic. Like, you would just kind of pick it up and you'd be like, I tripled into this, I'm probably going to sell it at some point, but, like, it'll buff my board for a while. But because now of Prickly Piper and Moonbake and Jazza, I think it's actually going to be, like, legit. Like, it's going to be pretty good. Bristleback. I just realized what the pun is. Very nice. Avenge 1. Play a blood gem on all your Quilboars. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. He's good. Oh damn. This is one of those, like, cards, like, you read it once and you go, like, oh my god, like, my neurons are firing with what you can do with this. Because this is gonna be very silly. Like, you got Pirates in, that's gonna, like, you can do a bunch of funny stuff with that. You got Beasts in, you can do a bunch of funny stuff with that. Love this guy. Love him. Mechs. Okay, so I want to say, up top, Mechs might be the strongest tribe. Even more than they already were. A lot of people don't fully comprehend this because they suck, Mechs have been the strongest tribe for a really long time. And the reason a lot of people don't understand this is because playing Mechs at like the fullest capacity of what they're capable of is actually quite difficult. Like, they're not an easy to play tribe. And so a lot of people often like misunderstand how good Mechs are. And we're going to now talk about them. So first, Puppbot. It's great. It's a classic for a reason. We love this little cheeky little bingus. Micro Mummy. At the end of your turn, give another friendly minion +1 attack. He's beautiful. He's simple. We love him. Lullabot Magnetic. At the end of your turn, gain +1/+1. I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry, what? Okay, I need to put something into perspective for everybody. So up until this point, Mechs haven't had passive scaling. All they have ever had is they've had active scaling. You've had to actively scale them. Mechs now have passive scaling on turn 3. This is an incredibly massive change because, again, people have always underestimated how good Mechs are because Mechs don't have any scaling. Now they do. Now they have so much scaling. And my god, that they get some scaling. Harvest Golem, summon a 2/1 damage mech. So Micro Mummy and Harvest Golem together make the combo that makes Deflector Bot insane. It's gonna get worse. Metal Tooth Leaper, +2 attack, cool, who cares? Accordiatron, at the start of your turn, gain +1 extra gold. I'm sorry, what? So remember I was saying before how, like, I think pirates are actually a lot better than people are giving them credit for? Accordiatron is better than all the pirates put together. It is just the entire pirate archetype by itself. It's screwed up. Like, the fact that you can just basically, like, because it says magnetic. So, okay, one of the big differences between Mechs and every other tribe is that Mechs don't usually cycle stuff out. They'll basically have like a few minions that they will like keep for ages. Deflector Bot, of course, being one of them. Usually Puppbot as well. And because of things like Accordiatron doesn't just say give something +2/+3. It also says gain 1 extra gold. Like, if this was just magnetic 2/3, it would be fine. They didn't need... Okay. The way that they could make this balanced, hear me out, is like the problem with Accordiatron from like a design perspective is that once you start getting them, it's going to be easy to get more of them. And once you get more of them, you will reach a critical breakpoint where like you are just bonkers, like actively insane. Because here is a perspective I want to provide to everyone. Hi, how you doing? This pays itself off in 3 turns, which is not an unreasonably long time. That's actually really fast. Then, because you're also buying more. This is like, this is compound interest. This is silly. It's very silly. Also, the problem with Deflector Bot in the past, and the reason why, like, often Mechs felt weak, even though they were arguably the best tribe, was because it was hard to get stats on him without replicating menaces and war gears and modules. Now it's not. Now it is not hard to get stats on him. And now he's going to be bonkers. I can't wait. Okay, next, Annoyer module. It's good. It's a classic. Scrap Scraper. Avenge 4. Get a random magnetic mech. Okay. So despite everything I've been talking about how ridiculous magnetic mechs are, I actually think this is kind of mid. But hear me out. Hear me out. Avenge 4 is an incredibly steep cost. So, This is ridiculous, though, nevertheless. It isn't, like, as ridiculous as some other, like, Avenge effects we've had in the Hearthstone game, because it's Avenge 4. Like, you really need to be in a lobby, like, with beasts or with undead to actually make this work. But if you can get this to trigger, like, once a turn, it's fine. Like, once is going to be enough. Because of Utility Drone. At the end of your turn, you'll give your minions +1/+1 for each magnetization they have. Oh, God. Oh, dear Lord. Dr. Boombox. Death Rattle. Deal 2 damage to the 2 nearest enemy minions. Okay. So, as someone who has done I have a video on my channel of me, like, doing the Dr. Boombox nonsense. I love him. I think that he's insane. But I think what has happened here is that the designers may have looked at, like, the rest of the Beast lineup, so Beast, Mech lineup, and went, Dr. Boombox is kind of, like, sidling out everything. Like, what ends up happening is you just kind of be like, Dr. Boombox, and you sort of work with it. And so I think they made everything else broken. Also because we lost Kangor. But who cares? Like, we got something way stronger in return. Okay. Polarizing beatboxer. Oh, it's just like me. Whenever you magnetize another minion, it also magnetizes to this. That's good. Fantastic tier 6 minion. Like, genuinely, just really well all-round designed. A Mega Buster, Fur Reaper. Okay, Fur Reaper is actually, like, conceptually worse. We'll have to see, though, because I'm going to have to check what's neutral still, because I don't remember everything that's neutral still. But yeah, Utility Drone is nuts. This feels like a joke that I would make about, like, oh, well, the only thing that you need to make mechs better is give them yet more scaling. Yeah, my worry is that mechs have become too strong. Because, the problem with mechs in the past is that they had no passive scaling, and now they have some of the best passive scaling in the entire game. And that's a massive jump in power to a tribe that was already fundamentally really good because of things like Deflector Bot, and things like Faux Reaper, and things like a Mega Buster. Like, a Mega Buster and Deflector Bot were, like, defining parts of their own, like, archetypical end board. Like, you had a Mega Buster, you had what was it? What was the archetype called? Like Mech Exodia, where you just, like, had a lot of Omega Busters, you had a bunch of birds, you had a bunch of, like, bomb boys, and you just blew up your own board and blew up most of your opponent's board, and then just filled your board with, like, giant creatures. Now, that archetype is dead. It is dead, because we don't have Kangor anymore. But I still think that, like, overall, this stuff's pretty ridiculous. Yeah. Again, Dr. Boombox isn't as good because, again, we have lost Kangor, but it's still good. I think it just won't be like, I don't think it won't be, like, game defining as it was, which is good because Dr. Boombox was a bit too good. Okay. Last one is the neutrals. Mistake! I love him. I love how funny he looks. Where's the... Oh, you can see is a little beard is like a pirate bit? I can't tell what the pirate bit of him's supposed to be. I love Mistake. What a great card. Patient Scout, still incredible. Menagerie Mug, still incredible. Prophet of the Boar shouldn't be here, so we're just going to ignore it. Sparring Partner, still incredible. Selfless Hero, still incredible. Budding Stream Thumb, still really, really good. Like, you can see him. There's a new guy. Faceless Disciple, still really good. Menagerie Drug, still really good. Fireworks Fanatic. Oh damn. I love the fact that Fireworks Fanatic is still here. Like, it's gonna actually give, like, again, a bunch of, like, tribes scaling that they normally wouldn't have access to. Double Fireworks Fanatics is, like, kind of legit. Like, a lot of people kind of don't rate it, and I'm like, yeah, you're wrong. It's good. It's actually good. Upbeat Duo, choose a minion at the end of every 2 turns. This gives you a playing copy. That's a guaranteed triple in 4 turns. Okay, I'm going to put something into perspective because I feel like a lot of people may not know this. Bran, Drakari Enchanter. Wait a minute. Why is this here? Oh no. Okay, everyone, sorry. I'd like to take back my previous statement that, like, the one thing holding Mechs back was not having Kangor. Oh dear. Okay. So, upbeat deal. Choose a minion at the end of every 2 turns. Get a plain copy of it. This, you have Bran on board. It comes down. You target Bran. It activates twice. In 2 turns, your Bran will be tripled. Have fun. Vegan Stoneborn. I love it. It's funny. I love it. It's good. Treasure Seeker release. Still here. It's not as good as it once was. Hear me out. Because the biggest thing that like has changed since sort of the last update is that pirates lost their tier 4 minion that goes gain +2/+2 for each golden minion. So the fact that you're gaining golden minions doesn't matter as much. It's still good though. It is still really good. Strong Shell Scavenger. Taunt builds aren't super good, sadly. But I will say that I do like how active everything is in here so far. Lightfang Enforcer. Look, Lightfang Enforcer hasn't been good since like Season 2. Technically even Season 1. But it's about to get really good and I'm very excited. Let's go. Okay. I just read something and it made me do a little giggle. Tide Rivendell, your battle cries an extra time. Simple, deliciously designed. Kangor's Apprentice. We're all doomed. Titilian Blue Shell. Oh, I never realized it was a blue shell. That's funny. That's a good bit. Leroy the Reckless. Still great. Still great. Drakari Enchanter. Oh dear God. This right here. Yeah. 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 Oh shit. Yeah, it's pretty. It's just kind of alright. It just doubles all the passive scaling that mechs do. It just yeah, it just doubles your light. It's fine. It's fine. Bran. It's Bran. He's good. We love Bran. Walking Fort. I think Walking Fort's going to be like a lot better. Turns out Drakari Enchanter being in the game at all is nuts. Like, I remember originally, like, when people were talking about, like, ideas for, like, oh, what would you have for, like, tier 7 minions that you could only triple to if you triple tier 6 minions? And I was like, there should be 3. There should be just 3, which is the battle cry that triggers a friendly death rattle, because that's cool. What's his name? Faceless Manipulator, so you can just get a copy of a minion, and Drakari Enchanter. Because at the time, you had lots of end-of-turn effects, and it was sort of like, yeah, why isn't Drakari Enchanter in the game? Like, Drakari Enchanter would be amazing. Because, like, you know, doubles your Lightfang, doubles... I don't remember what the other end-of-turn effects were at the time, though. But I remember Lightfang Enforcer was really strong. Anyway, the Boogie Monster, after you play a tier 1 minion, progress to the next tier and give your minions +1/+2. I love this funny little guy. What a hilarious critter. What a hilarious little critter. I can't wait to see what people come up with using him. This right here, this is what it's all about. I love this funny little guy. Okay, so Manted Queen got changed very slightly. Come here. Venomous, start of each combat, for each minion of your each times, get +5/+5. Wind Fury, Reborn, and Daunt. Reborn? I don't think this is okay. Manted Queen has sadly will have to abdicate her throne to Mechs. I just think she's as good as anymore. Because you can lose Venomous before you lose Divine Shield. That kind of sucks. And there's like no way to give her like Divine Shield back. Or give her Venomous back. I'm now thinking about like that Murloc and being like, is it actually good? And I'm like, no, it's not. It's not good. It could be. It's like a world in which it's good. It's not this one though. Uther. It's good. And Zap. Okay. Alright, now that we've done that, give me a minute. I'm going to set up a tier list and we're going to talk about it. All right. It took me a minute, but I've managed, in my wisdom, to create a tier list maker for Hearthstone, specifically for Battlegrounds. We will not be including neutral minions here, because I can't be bothered. Okay, so, with everything that we've discussed, with everything that we've had a look into, I think it's about right time that we start doing a legit tier list. So, first let's start off with beasts. Oh, we are going alphabetical order. Huh, we are. Huh, nice. I just realised that. It's a nice coincidence. Wow. Huh. Just fully comprehending that. Okay, anyway, enough of that. Let's get into it. So, beasts. I think overall beasts are in a really good place. I think beasts should be like the kind of design goal for every single faction. Like, to me, beasts are the platonic ideal of a faction. I never like don't want to pick them, but I never like feel the need to. They always feel like that they also work, just due to the way that their mechanics work, they just work like really well internally, and also like they kind of work really well with other factions too. But at their strongest, they can do crazy stuff. Like, the Leapfrog builds haven't gone anywhere. But the thing why I'm fine with that is because Leapfrogger builds usually take a while to really get set up. And also losing buddies makes them a lot less consistent. So I think overall, I'm going to put beasts into B tier. Haha. So this is our medial. This is what we're sort of working with. So, dragons. Dragons still have Nadina, and that is a huge buff to them. In a lobby where there are beasts and there are dragons, I think dragons win. Because dragons have Nadina, they have Kalecgos, and also a lot of their new tools make Kalecgos a lot better. Because in the past, the problem was like, oh, I kind of want to pick Kalecgos, but like, it kind of sucks. Also, they're one of the few tribes that still have access to token generation, which is kind of a big deal. So, I think we're gonna put them at A tier. I'm willing to stick my neck out for this one. Demons. Okay. Whilst when we were doing the video, I was discussing how I think... Well, sorry, when we were doing the review, I was discussing how I think demons are, like, pretty cool. I think, overall, you're just going to be making it easier for your opponent to kill you. And because they have no way to make themselves, like, permanently immune to damage, which is a fairly reasonable design decision, they are still kind of feels bad. And to, like, really put a point on it, say, for example, if you've got that rewind guy, and you play the girl that, like, lets you take damage but then discover a thing, congratulations, you've now used up all your instances of damage negation for the rest of the turn. Good luck. Yep. So, yeah, I'm going to put demons. I think I'm going to put demons in C tier. I think demons still can do stuff, they're just, a lot of the other tribes are a bit stronger. Alright. Murloc. Elementals. Ooh. Not got a lot going on upstairs. Anyway, elementals. Elementals are really strong. Whilst I don't think they've gotten a lot stronger since like the previous version. Element of Surprise is incredible. It just lets them put Divine Shield and kind of whatever they want. And Divine Shield has just gotten a lot stronger because of the venomous, like the poisonous nerf. So, because things can't have multiple instances of poisonous anymore, they have one. You get one poisonous. And so, as such, this is way, way stronger. So, in that case, and also considering that they're one of the 3 tribes that has access to a cleave, I'm going to put elementals below dragons, just barely. I think because a lot of their passive scaling has gone with the loss of the light elemental, the avenge one. While even though I still think the new passive, the new like death rattle scaling one is fine. Actually, you know what? No, I'll put them above dragons. Okay. I've really had to think a lot about this, but I was thinking like, well, they've got the guy who just like, gains attack for like each elemental you've played this game, and that's really, really powerful. Actually, that is really, really powerful, because you could build like a board out of just those guys and then like triple them with like elements of surprises and stuff, and it's like suddenly you have like a really, really powerful board. Mechs. No discussion. Murlocs. This is a tough one. I think Murlocs, like, overall are doing really well. They have a lot of, like, scaling, and they didn't lose a lot. They did lose Poisonous, though. And Poisonous was kind of what made Murlocs really good. They are good, but Poisonous made them really good. I think a lot of their new stuff, though, does let them get some absolutely massive, like, chunky motherfuckers. And so with that in mind, I think that Murloc is... it's in A tier, definitely. I think it's going to be top of A tier. Just because, yeah, the new tier 6, like, gaining the stats of all the minions in hand, and the new tier 4 that lets them summon a Murloc from hand with the highest health for free. I think those two things combined, I think you have a legit build there. Naga. Now, Naga got a lot of really, really fun stuff this patch, but Naga have been kind of struggling. Endgame Naga is not a thing most people go for. You pretty much need Quilboars in the lobby to like really get the most out of Naga, and that shouldn't be how a tribe works. That like, oh, you need another tribe for them to actively be like really good. Like without that other tribe, they're kind of just they're good. They're just like mid. Because god damn, I don't have Undead. Nagas are high C tier, I think, where I put them. I didn't. I'm gonna live with my mistakes. Yeah, I think also another thing with Naga are a fantastic just like support tribe. So even though they're in C tier, a lot of their things just help other tribes out a lot. So actually, no, with that in mind, I think we put them up to B. I think we're willing to put them up to B. Pirates. Despite everything that I said about pirates not actually being that bad, it's... okay, pirates aren't bad. It's just that they don't have any way to actively deal with Divine Shield easily, and mechs are bullshit. That's the problem. Mechs are actively insane, whereas, like, pirates just kind of lose to mechs. If mechs are in a lobby and pirates are in that same lobby, don't pick pirates. I'm serious. Just don't bother. You will lose, because you cannot outscale the mech player, and the mech player is doing mech stuff, and you will just lose. Alright, baby. This is going to be an actual take here. Quilboars. They're an A tier. They aren't better than dragons, but they are an A tier, and that's a fantastic place to be. So, the thing with Quilboars is their new ability to like get buffs from various blood gems and like make their blood gems better. Fantastic. Hells yeah. Love them to bits. They are silly little bastards. Love them to bits. That's right, you should give them a try. I probably will be proven wrong on this, and they might even be better. But no, I don't think they will be. But yeah, I think that Quilboars are like pretty legit now. And last but not least, we have Undead. I'm going to go an actual take here. Alright, hear me out. My squeaky chair is squeaking its little heart out. Okay, hear me out. As I said earlier in the video, I think that Undead are being hugely overrated. A lot of people are like, they're better. Like, why would you ever go pirates when you can just go Undead? Why would you ever go anything when you can just go Undead? And my response to all of that is, you people don't know how this game works. Like, my goodness. Undead consistently suck ass. What are you talking about? Like, if you try to go pure Undead and you don't, like, get unbelievably lucky, you just lose. Now, you might go, oh, but other tribes are the same. No, they're not. Murlocs don't need to get lucky to win. Mechs do not need to get lucky to win. Like, even old pirates do need to get lucky because you can get certain stuff with like some form of certainty. Dragons never needed to get lucky to win. Undead relies on luck to do a lot of things, and even then, what they get in return for being unbelievably lucky is shit mechs. That's what you get. You get bad mechs. So with all that said, I'm going to put them in the top of B tier. I don't think they're as good as Quilboars. That's a take. Some people in the comments will in fact say, what the hell are you talking about? They can't possibly be worse than Quilboars. No, they are. Because of the change to the way Quilboars scale, Quilboars now scale way faster than bloody Undead do. Oh my goodness. They get +2, +1, +2 occasionally, and +1 to all Undead. Wow. That matters? Most Undead have like low attack to begin with. That's how they're balanced. Like, I'm sorry, ever since like the Undead nerfs, Undead have kind of sucked ass, and like, are constantly massively overrated. I legitimately think that people constantly just think because they're the newest tribe that they must be the best. Genuinely, people do not know like what the best tribes are. So yeah, that's my opinion. Now, because this is actually supposed to be like a discussion video, please, if you play Hearthstone Battlegrounds, put your opinions in the comments. Now, I'd like to say something up front. The fact that I couldn't think of anything that was bad enough to go into D tier, that like, it was just like, oh, you just pick it and you lose the game, that's good. Pirates might be the worst tribe right now, but I think that's only because every other tribe is good, not because they are bad. If I was going to like try to make pirates stronger, if that even is like a thing that I should be thinking about, there's not really a lot of ways that I could. The main way that I would actually make pirates better is by making a lot of the other tribes weaker. That's the reality. Because I think that, Mech is way too good right now. It's not even close. However, with all this said, I think that someone still could win a lobby with pirates. It would just be hard and would require a bit of luck. But that could be said for every single tribe. Except for Mechs. If you just play Mechs, you just win. Just straight up. Like, I'm sorry. If the new patch comes out and you see not everyone in your lobby is playing Mechs, play Mechs. Simply just steal them. Alright. With all that said, what do you think? I will make this available, and I'd love to see what other people come up with, because this is just my stupid opinion. But it's my opinion, and thus I'll defend it without any reason. Anyway, goodbye. Have a lovely rest of your day, and I'll see you on the battlegrounds. That's a stupid line, by the way.